Hi, my name is Deja Jones, and my introduction speech is going to be about Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is a Mexican artist who is world renowned, and I actually stumbled upon her by accident. Growing up, I did not have access to cable and other extra amenities as other children, so I was forced to watch PBS channel. In New Jersey, it was Channel 13. After all the cartoons went off for the night, other children would watch Nickelodeon, I would watch PBS. During this week, they actually had, it was called Artist Week. And I thought it was going to be really boring until Frida Kahlo flashed upon my TV screen, and her story was horrible. However, I felt like I had a connection there with her. The title of my speech is called Mi Corazón, which means my love in Spanish. Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo was born on July 6, 1907, in the house of her parents known as La Casa Azul. And in Spanish, it means, well, in English, it means the blue house. In a small town in Mexico City called Coyoacan, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Her parents, William and Matilda Kahlo, had 4 daughters, and Frida was actually the third. Although many believe that Frida had a horrific life, it started fairly early. At the age of 6, Frida contracted polio, and she also contracted spina bifida. The polio left her right leg thinner than the left, and she would kind of disguise it wearing long skirts, so nobody would find out. Although she suffered these diseases at a very young age, a fun fact about Frida, as a young girl, she still participated in boxing and other sports, just like other children would. She was always a fighter. She never wanted anyone to hold pity against her. And I think that's what got her through the rest of her adult life. She did play these sports until her accident. She was a teenager, and at the time she was dating her boyfriend Alex Gomez, and they were attempting to catch a bus ride home back to Coyoacan. What happened, as Alex explained in a very vivid interview, was the bus was trying to cross the tracks of where the trolley ran, and they thought that they had enough time, but the trolley was coming faster than expected. The trolley T-boned the bus, sending everyone everywhere, and quote unquote, as Alex said, he got up once he knew that the bus was hit. He got up and he was looking for Frida, and as he heard, there was a screaming going on, and there was a man on the bus who had these art supplies, and he had glitter that fell on Frida, and it stuck to the blood on her. Despite the piercing metal through her spine, everybody kept yelling out La ballerina, which means ballerina, and it was because she was glittering even through her pain. So she was still a piece of art despite what she was going through, and that piece was very important for me as an artist, that she can pull from her experiences, her traumatic experiences, and make something beautiful. She suffered multiple fractures on her spine, her collarbone, ribs, shattered pelvic, broken foot, and a dislocated shoulder. Although she desired to study medicine, after the accident, she became a full-time painter. That's when she got into painting. She never even had painting on her mind. It was something so tragic as her accident that put her in the place of being an artist. She was on bed rest for about maybe 6 months. So I guess in 6 months you would pick up other hobbies, and the hobby she picked up was painting, and it stuck with her. She painted to occupy her time during her temporary state of immobilization. Her self-portraits became a dominant part of her life when she was immobile for 3 months after the accident, and then 3 months after the surgeries. Her first self-portrait was called A Self-Portrait in a Velvet Dress in 1926. It was painted in the style of the century Mexican portrait painters, who themselves were influenced by the Renaissance European masters. So Renaissance art is very similar to if you think about the Mona Lisa or the Birth of Venus. I actually had a chance to see both of those in person, and they're actually beautiful, and I think that's another reason why I also love Frida. It's a true mix of realism and symbolism. This painting's passion essentially led to the love of her life, Diego, which will we call her second accident. As a young artist, Kahlo approached Diego Rivera, whose work that she admired, asking him for advice about her painting pieces. And what he told her essentially was keep going. You do have a gift and you do have a skill. Her attitude and her presence and her resilience was a turn on for Diego, and he pursued her at a very young age. He pursued her at the age of 17. Her family wasn't very happy about it, but Frida, that's not her thing to listen to anyone. She wanted to make her own choices, and that's what she did. The two lovebirds became intimate quickly, and they were married in 1929, despite the disapproval of Frida's mother. Diego was 20 years her senior, and throughout the marriage, they had their ups and downs like everyone else. Besides that, they also had to deal with Frida's bisexuality. So when Diego used to step out on Frida, she would try to get him back by sleeping with the women he cheated on her with. So you can see what type of marriage that they had. They eventually divorced, but then they got remarried because, love is blind. And essentially, the second marriage was worse than the first one. Yes, Frida's life had some dark times, but she left behind an amazing legacy for Mexican artists. Her major achievements were winning the National Prize of Artists and Sciences in 1946. Her self-portrait with the thorn necklace and hummingbird, has been showcased in over 25 museums. Her painting, The Broken Column, painted right after she underwent spine surgery, is her most metaphorical depiction of suffering. And that was the only way that she can share with people how she really felt. In 2002, actress Selma Hayek portrayed her role in the Academy Award nominated Frida, which one of my best movies ever. You should all go see it. Frida's short-lived life comes to an end from lung failure at the age of 47. You can find her paintings in Mexico City at the Frida Kahlo Museum, the Museum Dolores, and the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Frida has touched my life in a way that many people probably wouldn't understand. Besides her unibrow, that's the physical. I was attracted to her spirit, and I hope that I leave a legacy just as Frida did. She was relentless. She didn't care what other people thought of her, and she lived her life the best that she could despite anything she's went through. I enjoy Frida. I love Frida. She is a part of my life, and thank you.